Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Dani, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, and today we're going to talk about tomatoes and the effect that the extreme drought and extreme heat that my area and many other areas of the country have been experiencing this summer, basically how that worked for the tomatoes that we have in our garden. I had to scale back a lot of the plans that I had this year. I had 4 different garden spaces planned, and I was going to grow tomatoes in all of them, but due to health and weather and time, I had to just limit myself to this one garden space. I have 13 varieties of tomatoes here, and I'll just give you a quick overview of some of them, and then I'm going to show you the star of the show. The one tomato that I planted that not only seemed to survive the heat and drought, but to thrive in it. So I think this is going to be my go-to must grow every year tomato, just in case for these conditions. First, we have the Get Stuffed, and as you can see, this plant was not very successful. Blight did kind of get to it. The tomatoes are very small. Those are hardly larger than a grape tomato. You can see the main leader broke off right here, and that's not the plant's fault. We've had some troubles with rats that I've spoken about. They're climbing the plants, breaking the plant, and just stealing all the tomatoes. The next one in is the Giant Crimson, and that has not loved these drought conditions. You can see there's a lot of blight. It's remained very small. That's the one tomato on the plant, and it's very small, only about the size of a cherry tomato. I don't know if it's going to get any bigger, but it hasn't grown since. The Giant Crimsons make me so sad. My dad harvested all the tomatoes before they were ripe, like they had just started to blush. So my dad harvested a bunch, and I don't know which was the Giant Crimson, and I left him and my mom to eat them because I was too busy in tech week. So I haven't gotten to try one, and I'm really sad. I did get another seed packet at the MI Gardener store. I was going to give them away in a raffle, but I think I'm going to have to keep them now. The Thorburns Lemon Blush, also very blight ridden. It's hard to distinguish one plant from another right now with the camera, but it's supposed to produce large slicers. It's just been producing golf ball sized tomatoes. The Cherokee Purple did okay initially, and it's, I'd say, my second most healthy plant. It did give us some nice big ones early in the season before it got so hot. And we have a couple, you know, smallish tomatoes on there now. I'm hoping that it's going to put off, yep, there we go. It's going to put off some new flowers now that the temperatures have calmed down. So hopefully we'll get some good fall tomatoes out of these. This pink brandywine is usually my star. Last year it gave me 1.5 pound tomatoes, but this year this is what we've got. I know it's not cross-pollinated seed that kept them small, because this is the same seeds that I've been using for the last 3 years, and it's always grown huge tomatoes. So I think really this is just the weather. It's also had a lot more blight issues than I typically have. Just past them you can see the True Black Brandywine and the Paul Robeson, neither of which produced black tomatoes. They were just kind of a weird red color that almost looked like they were going to turn but didn't. And I wonder if that's also a product of the extreme heat. The Costoluto Genovese has really not produced anything, and last year it was one of my most productive. I'm not sure what's with that. The Berkeley Tie-Dye really hasn't given anything of substance, so I haven't been able to taste those either. This Gold Medal is an odd case. The rats did get to this one too, and they broke the main leader on the plant, just chopped it right in half, but we do have a few decent sized tomatoes here, and one of them is starting to ripen up, which is great because this is one of my favorites. Hello, bee. I'm gonna get out of your space now. So I think once those ripen up, or at least once they all start to blush, I'm probably just gonna pull this plant because it's not gonna be growing anymore. But the star of the show is right here, and this super healthy plant that's about 5 feet tall, even though it's a determinant, is the Sugar Pud. This has given me some of my largest tomatoes this year, even though not overly large. They are close to a pound. It's also been the most prolific tomato this year. And despite the heat, despite the drought, it has kept producing, kept setting flowers, kept putting on fruit. And it looks like it's just going to keep right on going because there's more flowers right in there. You can see I've got several blushing right now, but I do have one inside that I harvested yesterday that was a nice, beautiful vine ripened tomato. So we're gonna go do a taste test. So here we are with our sugar pud. Like, look at that. That is a beautiful tomato. Just a little bit more about the sugar pud. This is a Ukrainian variety. I got them from Joe over at Garden State Gardener in his weekly Sunday Fun Day seed giveaway. So definitely go check him out because you can win some pretty great seeds or yarn, depending on what he's giving away at the moment, but definitely lots of seeds. So I got these sugar pud seeds, and it's a determinant tomato from Ukraine. He probably got them from Nikitova Seeds, which is a great seed company over there. They have a lot of really cool tomatoes. I'm definitely gonna have to check them out. You know me, I can't resist tomato seeds. But this is excellent. Like, when you think of a tomato, that's what you think of, right? So I don't have my scale, but I'm gonna say this is pretty close to a pound. You know, maybe at the lightest 12 ounces, but it looks just delicious. All right, I'm gonna slice it open. Look at that. Lots of seeds. I was going to save seed from it, but I'm not sure if it cross-pollinated with other things. And I would like to have some true seed. I do have a few more of these seeds, I believe. I'm gonna have to go through my seed collection, but if not, I'll be making an order at Nikitova for next year, depending on how this tastes. So, let's try it. Oh, that is good. That is a nice, rich, tomatoey flavor. It's got a bit of a bite to it, a bit of acidity, and I know people look for like sweet tomatoes, and I like sweet tomatoes, and this is very sweet, but it's also got that acidic kick, and I love that. Really, what is better than that? I've got another one of these that's going to go on some tacos later today, and that's going to be pretty awesome. All right, guys, sugar pud, Ukrainian variety, determinant, but makes some pretty decent large tomatoes, and was my absolute star through all the drought and the heat that was here in the Northeast. So if you're having trouble with high heat and high temperatures in the summers, we were 95 to 100 degrees for weeks on end with no rain, and this is what I got. So sugar pud, a winner in my book. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more information like this. Give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment on how your tomatoes did this summer. Did you have any that gave you great results like this despite the heat and drought? Let me know, because I'd want to know for myself for future reference, but this is a good one. All right, guys, see you later. Bye-bye.